What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, well-renowned Hall of Fame trainer, now boxing analyst and boxing pundit, and podcast host Teddy Atlas goes in on PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Haymon, for what took place and what transpired this past weekend when now WBA, World Boxing Association's junior welterweight world champion, star boxer ROLLY Romero, who is now 15 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, defeated Ishmael Barroso via a controversial 9th round stoppage victory. This was a fight that Rolly was supposed to showcase his talents, get a knockout, an easy fight. It was a cherry pick gone wrong. Barroso came into this fight 24 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 22 big wins by way of knockout. But more importantly, he is 40 years of age. He's a southpaw, 5'9" with a 69-inch arm reach. He was touted as being over the hill. If Barroso has children that are 30 years of age, there's no way he's 40. If he has children, again, that are 30 years of age, there's no way that he's 40 years old. Now, Ishmael Barroso, he's been through a lot of controversy and issues through his life. Before one of his fights, it was revealed that he found out that his wife was abducted and taken and transitioned while he was at the weigh-in for one of his fights. And he still had to fight the next day. He's been through a ton of issues, but he's definitely not 40 years of age. If he has a son that's 30 years of age, he has children that are 30. There's no way he had children at 10 years old. So with that said, he was a cherry pick gone wrong because the initial opponent for Rolly Romero tested positive for a banned substance, who was the champion. And he was pulled from the fight. So Rolly, they found a late replacement, which was Ishmael Barroso, who was a southpaw, somebody they thought was over the hill of age, okay, late in his career. And that Rolly, with his youth, his unorthodoxness, and his power, was going to make easy work and make it look good against this opponent. And anything but that transpired, as Rolly was dropped in the 3rd round. He was getting outboxed. He had no answer for the left hand or the 1-2 the entire night. He looked like he was very confused. He looked lost in the ring. He looked like he was still shell-shocked from getting knocked out May 28th of 2022 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, when he got knocked out in the 6th round by Gervonta Tank Davis, superstar 3 division 5-time world champion, with a left hook, a counter left hook. Rolly is usually very, very aggressive. Okay, he comes forward. He's very active. And against Gervonta Tank Davis, that played completely against Rolly Romero, who was very active, who was very aggressive, and Tank fought on the back foot because he has an extremely high ring IQ. He was overly confident that he was the bigger, stronger guy, and Tank countered him with a left hand and knocked him out, and he didn't even know what took place in the 6th round. And from that point forward, we hadn't seen Rolly in the ring. This was the first time we saw Rolly Romero in the ring since that knockout. But Rolly Romero is marketable because he knows how to sell his brand. He knows how to sell a fight when he's involved with another superstar, not by himself, as we saw, as this place was completely not sold out. There was a lot of people that came to support him because he's a Las Vegas born athlete. And for the 2nd time in the history of boxing, outside of Ishe Smith, Rolly Romero is the first born Las Vegas fighter to be a world champion. So there was people that came to support him, and he sells fights. But when you match Rolly with his mouthpiece with another superstar in the sport of boxing, he's very marketable. You can market the fight. As we saw with the Tank Davis fight, was a sellout crowd. They did $5 million at the gate, the largest gate at Barclay for a boxing event in history. So it's abundantly clear you're matching with the right people. And the plan is to match Rolly Romero with lightweight, now junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, who is now 23 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach, who is also coming off of a knockout loss to Gervonta Tank Davis. He, in the 7th round, got knocked down twice, and stopped in the 7th round with a left hook to the liver. And so Ryan Garcia now is going to campaign 1,000% at 140, as he stated that he simply can't make 135, and he's looking to get a title. You have to look at it from this standpoint. Ryan Garcia has never fought or won a world title. Neither had ROLLY up until this point. So this was a match made in heaven, that ROLLY could fight a guy that's handpicked and cherry-picked, and then win this fight in dramatic fashion, and then fight against Ryan Garcia, right? It just made sense. But nobody saw Ismael Barroso putting up this type of performance against against Rolly Romero, and dropping Rolly and continuing to find the left hand all night. So what did referee, well-renowned Hall of Fame a referee, do, Tony Weeks? The first sign of adversity that Ismael Barroso faced in the fight, he waved the fight off. Rolly landed a beautiful left hook in the 8th round. He hooked Ismael Barroso in with the right hand behind his head and threw him to the canvas. It wasn't a knockdown, but Tony Weeks, he called it a knockdown. He ruled it a knockdown, of course. And then in the 9th round, Rolly lands another left hand that buzzes Ismael Barroso, and immediately he's active. He's throwing combinations. Ismael Barroso is ducking, weaving, making Rolly miss, countering him still. And the first thing Tony Weeks does, he saw an opportunity that he couldn't turn down. He jumped in and waved the fight off. Rolly was down on all 3 judges' scorecards. Big. Okay, now he was coming on strong in that 8th and 9th round. He was coming on strong. So he might have knocked out Ismael Barroso. But the fact remains is that Tony Weeks, who just hours before the fight put up a post that said, all mistakes are forgivable as long as you can admit that you made a mistake. And he says we all make mistakes, just hours before the fight. And then immediately he jumps in and waves off this fight. And clearly that was a mistake. And immediately after the fight, when he was asked to comment and give a breakdown as to why and what he saw, he immediately walked off. So he didn't take accountability for the mistake he made and the post he put up. But with that said, right, that was a terrible stoppage. But it was a stoppage in favor of the A side. As many people said, this doesn't never favor the B side when you have these types of mistakes. And so Teddy Atlas, he's saying it must be nice to be with Al Haymon, right? Because if this wasn't an Al Haymon fighter and he wasn't the A side, this would have never occurred. Well, when this goes to Teddy Atlas, this is not just the Al Haymon problem. This is a boxing problem. Now, we did see this. Now, this is the second time with Rolly Romero, because the same thing took place when he fought Jackson Mariñez, and he got badly outboxed, and they were trying to build him, and he got outclassed by Jackson Mariñez, and they gave Rolly the victory, and everybody was in an uproar then because they felt like Rolly got a gift, and he admitted to getting special privileges. So this is not the first time we saw this with Rolly, and he's marketable. He never rematched Jackson Mariñez, and he needs to rematch Ismael Barroso. But they're going to build a fight now for Ryan Garcia to get an opportunity to fight for a world title, because Rolly has just won the WBA super title at lightweight, at junior welterweight. So he's the official WBA world champion. That is shocking to many people. But the sport of boxing and the politics always rears its ugly head. And that's exactly what happened once again in this situation. So with that said, Teddy Atlas, he blames Al Haymon, and he says it must be nice to be with Al Haymon. But again, this is not an Al Haymon problem, because we see this on other levels with other promoters and other companies. This is not the first time we saw these types of decisions and judges, making decisions like this, way before the fight even start. They already picked who they thought was going to win the fight. So this is not an Al Haymon problem. This is a boxing problem. It just happened to happen twice with Rolando "Rolly" Romero, who is advised by Al Haymon. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out moving forward. Hopefully we get some resolutions to these fights, because this is a slap in the face to the fans that support the sport of boxing. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue signing off. What y'all think about Teddy Atlas comments? Peace.